Hi everybody, today I'm going to be quickly showing you how to work this beautiful border around a blanket. You can use it on any blanket. This just happens to be our friendship blanket. You can find more information about that on the blog www.sunflowercottagecrochet.com, but I am going to be showing you how I did this really simple but very effective border and got those crisp corners. So to show you today, I've got a little sample of some squares that I've worked. As you can see, it's based on the same blanket that I've just showed you. So the trick to creating that border is to have an odd number of stitches along each row, corner to corner. So what I would suggest is starting in a corner, attach a yarn and chain 2. So I did mine with half double crochets. So in this corner, this counts as a stitch, counts as a half double crochet. So we need to do another half double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 and do 2 half double crochets in that same corner space. And then from this point up until the end of the row, we need to have an odd number of half double crochets all the way along, up to but not counting the next corner where we'll work the 2 double crochets again. So I'm going to assume that you know how to work a half double crochet, which is US terms. But just very quickly, wrap your yarn around your hook, insert it into the next stitch, wrap your yarn and pull through, so you've got 3 stitches on your hook, wrap your yarn and pull through all 3 stitches. So I now have 3 stitches, not counting my corner. So I'm going to work my way along. Okay, so at this point I've got 1 stitch left before my corner and I've got 61 stitches, so I need to have an odd number of stitches, so obviously I'm going to be 1 short. So all I'm going to do is pop an extra stitch in that one. It will not be noticeable on the blanket, and then work my final stitch. And then we're at the corner. So remember, at the corner we're going to do 2 half double crochets, chain 1 and 2 half double crochets, and then we'll do the same thing down the next side. So we're going to do an odd number of crochets from this point up to the next corner. And then when I get to that corner chain 1 space, I'm going to do my 2 half double crochets, chain 1 and 2 half double crochets, and I'm going to follow that process for the 2 remaining sides. So I'm going to work an odd number of stitches between this corner and the next corner, then I'll work my 2 half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets, and then I'll do the same down the last side. So I'll stitch an odd number of stitches down that side, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so we've got our nice row to set us up for the subsequent rows. Now this row you would just repeat until the border is as wide as you would like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, which isn't going to count as a stitch, and this row is full of back post and front post alternations. So we'll start, because we started working the corner, we have these 2 stitches before we get to our chain 1 corner space. So with the first stitch we're going to back post. So a back post means we don't work into the top of our stitch. Ordinarily we would work through those 2 loops. We're actually working around the post. So for a back post half double crochet, we'll wrap our yarn around our hook, we'll insert it from the back to the front around the post. So we're working in the spaces between the stitches, and then back through. We'll wrap our yarn and pull through, and then we'll wrap our yarn and pull through all 3 loops on our hook, and then we'll do our front post in the next stitch. So we'll wrap our yarn, and instead of going from the back to the front, we're going to go from the front. Shall I come in a little bit closer for you, just for this bit? So we'll wrap our yarn, we go in from the front between the 2 stitches, round the back of the stitch and back out again. So we're working around the post, not through the loops at the top. We'll wrap our yarn and pull it through, and then we'll pull through all 3 loops. And in this chain 1 space we're going to do what we did on the previous row. So we're going to just do 2 half double crochets, chain 1 and 2 half double crochets. 1, 2. And then, because we want our sides to marry up, this first stitch here we're going to do a front post double crochet, half double crochet. So we'll wrap our yarn, we go in from the front, round the back and back out the other side of the post, wrap our yarn, pull through, wrap our yarn, pull through all 3 loops in our hook, and then we'll do a back post. So we wrap our yarn, come in from the back, around the post, wrap our yarn, pull it through, wrap our yarn and pull through all 3 loops. And we're going to alternate between front post and back post all the way along this row. And because we've got an odd number, not counting the corners, we will always start and end each side with a front post double crochet. So if you make your way along the row, alternating front post and back post, and I'll meet you at the corner. So you can see I've got 3 stitches left. This one was a back post, so we're going to front post, half double crochet, back post, half double crochet, and front post, half double crochet to finish up that row. And then we're at the corner, the chain 1 space. So in there we're going to do our 2 half double crochets, our chain 1, and then 2 half double crochets, and then we're going to start this side, turn our work so we're working along the right way, and we'll start this side with a front post half double crochet in the first stitch and alternate, and we'll follow that process until we get right back around to the blanket again where we started this border, and we'll follow that process until we get right round to the start of this round. And as you can see, that creates such a beautiful border. This is all I did on mine. I only did the 2 rounds, but you can continue and do another round exactly the same way as you did with this one if you'd like to, or you could even use double crochet, which will make it not quite as thick, but it'll still give you such a beautiful texture on your border. So I do hope that's helped you. Again, if you would like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please feel free. Take care. Bye.